Hello, American Patriots. Douglas Ducote here, the founder and CEO of Veterans United for Justice, veteran law enforcement officer, retired U.S. Army, and the co-host of Real World Witness radio show. Today's video is going to focus on the disappearance of journalist Jamal Ahmad Khashoggi and where we're at today with those that are calling for immediate action about his disappearance and, more than likely, assassination. First off, who is Jamal? Jamal was born and raised in Saudi Arabia. He went to school here in America. He also resided here in America. He's a journalist for many different organizations throughout his career. Matter of fact, just about any camera that will focus on him throughout the world, he has spoken. Most of what he talks about in the past few years has been outspoken against the Saudi Arabian government, their king, their prince. So much so that while in Saudi Arabia, his life was being threatened. And last year, it reached a point where he had to flee his own country, and that is how he took up residence here in America. He was recently in Turkey, went to the Saudi Arabian embassy there to gather some paperwork that he needed in regards to him and his fiancée, possibly with their marriage. We don't know exactly what the paperwork was, but regardless, video has him going in the embassy and not coming out of the embassy. Now, there's a whole lot of theories floating around there as to what happened to him from that point. The Turkish officials claim that they have evidence from a Apple Watch that he was wearing that recorded the video, or not the video, but recorded the audio of his assassination, and it was being downloaded onto his cell phone, and his cell phone was with his fiancée out in a car outside of the embassy. Whether or not that's factual, we don't know yet. Bottom line is, there's a lot of things in this case that we just don't know. But what we do know, what is a fact, 100%, is that the Democrats and those in the liberal media, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC, they are hell-bent that President Trump needs to take immediate action against the Saudi Arabian government because they believe that a hit squad was sent from Saudi Arabia to Turkey to intercept him and assassinate him. They believe that it was an order that came from the king or the prince himself to take Jamal out. Now, there is absolutely no evidence that that is the case. What we do know is that, yes, he was outspoken against the government. Yes, he had to flee the country. And yes, those in leadership in Saudi Arabia did not like him. Now look, first let me tell you that I'm no expert on Middle East anything, although I've spent a lot of time there. I've been to Saudi Arabia several times. I've been to Kuwait a few times. I've been to Jordan. I've been all over the Middle East. In fact, every place I've been to I take that back. Kuwait wasn't all that bad, but Saudi Arabia, let's just talk about Saudi Arabia for a minute. Saudi Arabia, you know when Trump mentioned those shithole countries? That's Saudi Arabia for you. And for any veteran that is served over there, or anyone that's went over there on a capacity for the United States government can tell you the same thing. They do things a little different. All through the Middle East, they do things a little different. And those on the left really don't seem to care, except if Democrats or the liberal media gets upset about it, then it becomes a big deal. And what am I getting at with this? You know, during the election, how much money was exposed that we found out about that Hillary Clinton was receiving from the Saudi government through being funneled through the Clinton's numerous organizations, and nobody cared. There were literally millions of dollars from a regime that we know oppresses people, especially women, especially homosexuals, anyone that comes out as gay. Nobody cared because she's a Democrat. It's okay. She can receive those millions of dollars from a country that will cut your head off if they find out that you like the same sex, or stone you to death. A country that oppresses minorities and women and anyone that doesn't agree with their way of doing business. But there was no outcry from the left about all the things that Saudi Arabia has been involved with through the years. Let's look at the Obama administration. Where was the outcry when not one but 4 American citizens, and remember, Jamal is not an American citizen, but 4 American citizens were targeted and killed with military drones from the U.S. No trial, you're guilty, you're dead. But we're all up in arms over this guy. Now, hey, look, I'm sorry he's dead, okay? I didn't know him. Probably all of you watching this program here didn't know him. But this is not something that is new. What I'm getting at is countries assassinate people on a regular basis daily. All right? And I'll repeat that. Countries across our globe assassinate people that they do not want talking anymore, or that are going to expose something that they want to keep covered up. Daily, there are people being killed. The United States has done that throughout our history, to include under the Obama administration. Now, what has happened under the Trump administration? I don't know. But in due time, we will find out that as well. And with all administrations. So for Saudi Arabia to send a hit squad to take out this guy that's talking trash about them, I don't doubt that that happened one bit. I'm not in any way, shape, or form taking up for Saudi Arabia. Trust me. When I say it's a shithole country, I really mean that. They don't use toilet paper to wipe their ass, they use their hand. All right? They don't have a toilet, it's a hole in the floor that you squat over. All right? It's nasty. They can have several wives. They can have goats that they have sex with. I left nothing behind other than my own feces when I left out of there the last time. And I pray to God I never go back. I'm surprised that it still even is there. But that's not my point. My point is, why is it okay for those in the Democrat Party to be trashing our president right now so heavily on this one journalist that's not an American citizen? But when known cases of American citizens have been targeted and assassinated by Americans, as long as a Democrat did it, it's okay, and we don't talk about it. They have come out and basically, without saying the word war, have said that President Trump needs to take action now, serious action now against Saudi Arabia. It's a drumbeat as if we need to go to war with Saudi Arabia or cancel all of our trade with Saudi Arabia. All right, cancel everything that we're doing defense-wise with Saudi Arabia. Our military forces that operate out of Saudi Arabia to target terrorists across the Middle East, pull them out. Any and all of those things will affect you, the American people. Saudi Arabia can drastically change the market, the global market, in a lot of different ways. And oil is just one of them. Now, Democrats, everyone at CNN and MSNBC in the past 3 days have been beating this drum. And now we have members of the Republican Party doing it as well. Okay? Let's take a minute and talk about Trump and North Korea. What did they all say? Drive-by media, the far-left media, the Democrats. He's bringing us to war. We're going to go to nuclear war. Everything's just going to be destroyed. He's going to get us all killed. Well, North Korea is denuclearizing, and we're not going to war with North Korea. They said the same thing about him pulling us out of this Obama deal with Iran. He's going to get us all killed. We're going to go to war with Iran. He's a warmonger. We're not going to war with Iran. And now, because the Saudis possibly killed one of their own citizens, we should go to war with Saudi Arabia. Are you kidding me? Why are you idiots pushing this? Well, let me explain to you why they're doing it. And the only reason they're doing it is because President Donald Trump is not against Saudi Arabia. Just like Hillary Clinton wasn't against Saudi Arabia. They have a lot of money. And they do a lot of good things for America as far as buying things and spreading their wealth all over this country. But because Trump's doing it, and he's a Republican president, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's going to let him get away with murder. Well, you let Obama get away with murder too. And they were American citizens that he had killed. This guy was not. Matter of fact, how many of you know that this guy, under the cloth of journalism, met not once, but several times with Osama bin Laden, the mastermind behind 9/11. He met him up in the hills in Afghanistan. He met him in Tor Bor. Okay, how many knew that? Was it all about trying to sway him against attacking America? I don't know. Most of the conversations they had, we will never know. Only what was reported. But here's a guy that's not an American citizen. that was ran out of his own country, a country that has done some horrible things to oppress people, especially women and those that are gay. And when Democrats receive money and support from them, the left doesn't care. If a Republican says he believes what they're saying, which is the king and the prince saying, we had no knowledge of what took place, what else do you want us to do? So here's my plea to all those on the left and the Democrats and Marco Rubio and Senator Graham on the Republican side that are calling for immediate action. Instead of calling for immediate action, how about telling us what you would do as President of the United States? How do you fix this problem? First off, without the investigation being completed as to what really happened, what do you do? Do you want the president to jump in there and put sanctions on Saudi Arabia without knowing actually what really did take place and who was responsible and who was behind it? Well, that's pretty damn stupid. But then again, you guys did the same thing when Judge Kavanaugh was going up for the Supreme Court. Guilty until proven innocent. You're doing the same shit here. You're accusing the king of Saudi Arabia and the prince, who I am not taking up for in any way, shape, or form. Trust me, I don't give a damn about them. But you're accusing them, you're making them out to be guilty until proven innocent as well. Because that's what you guys do. Because a Republican is the one not jumping the gun here. You have no idea what the outcome's going to be. And the outcome could be that they actually ordered this hit. And the outcome could be that President Trump then orders sanctions. And then the outcome could be that now you can't get gasoline. And now the whole world economy is going to crap. And now thousands and thousands of people at Boeing and Lockheed and all these major companies that do business with Saudi Arabia are now being laid off and without jobs. Then what are you going to be doing? Saying that President Trump was wrong. Then you're going to turn it around 180. So it doesn't matter what he does. All that matters is how you guys spin it in your own little ideology of stupidity over jumping to conclusions and trying to come up with anything to slam and slander our president, our current administration. What will become of this entire case, we don't know. I don't know. What will become of our president, how he will go down in history, I believe is someone who did not jump the gun on North Korea, on Iran, and on Saudi Arabia. So unless you're willing to come up with a solution as to what we're supposed to do without an investigation being completed to fix this Saudi Arabia problem, shut up. Because nothing you're saying or doing makes any damn sense at all. And it's only going to get people killed. Our military men and women are in harm's way right this very second over in the Middle East. And here we have Democrats and liberals calling for Trump to take immediate action against Saudi Arabia. That is as stupid as everything we just watched with the Kavanaugh hearing. Guilty until proven innocent. You can't have it both ways, Democrats. It takes someone with patience and a clear head to look at all the evidence and make determinations and decisions on what needs to take place with a country like Saudi Arabia. And again, you need look no further back than Hillary Clinton and the money that she received from Saudi Arabia, and no one on the left gave a flying shit about it. But yet, the money that Trump has received from Saudi Arabia by them buying things that he's built, he's an evil, no good bastard. Sad day in America when we stoop to these type of levels. And it's only going to get worse as the midterms are right around the corner. Folks, please say a prayer for our men and women serving the United States military, our veterans, our law enforcement officers, our first responders, their families, our president, our country. Hope you all have a wonderful and blessed day. For now, I'm Douglas Ducote, and I'm out.